Good morning, students. I am Purnima, and once again I welcome you to my class of English. And I was teaching you the lesson Weathering the Storm is Erasma, written by Harsh Mander. Now, Harsh Mander, he was born in Shillong in the year 1955. He was an IS officer, and he had done many things related with communal harmony, the problems of Dalit, then disability right, homeless people, custodial justice, and bonded labor. So, actually, in this story, he is telling you in the weathering of the storm. He has described the storm which came in 27th October 1999 in the coastal area of Odisha. How the peoples have suffered in that storm. A boy whose name was Prashant. Okay, he was a very brave boy. How he had alone tackled all the problem when he returned to his brother and saw the whole village was destroyed by the heavy rainwater, and it was surrounded by water. Many dead bodies were floating. Red Cross had made a shelter for the homeless people. So how he had managed everything. So this story, Weathering the Storm in Erasmus, it is a true story. Okay, and the main character here is Prashant only. So I've done the background. I've told you something about that story, and today I will be doing the explanation of the lesson. So on 27 October 1999, 7 years after his mother's death, Prashant had gone to the block headquarters of Erisma. So children, it was the year 1999, 27 October. Prashant had gone to the block headquarters of Erasma, a small town on coastal area. So children, he had gone to his friend town in a small coastal town of Erasma, which was a small coastal town in Odisha. And that place where he had gone, it was 18 kilometers from his house, from his village. Now children, he wanted to spend a day with his friend. In the evening, a dark and menacing storm quickly gathered. Children, he went there with his friend. He stayed in his house, and suddenly in the evening, a dark storm came. Menacing is threatening, and wind beat against the houses with a speed and fury that Prashant had never witnessed. Fury is children, if somebody is very angry. So the wind here appears to be a very angry. Wind was very angry. Winds beat against the houses with a speed and fury that Prashant had never witnessed before. Heavy and incessant rain filled the darkness. Incessant means children continuous. So it was very heavy rainfall and continuous rain filled the darkness. Ancient trees were uprooted and cast to the earth. So many children, the old trees, they were uprooted. That means the whole root of the trees came and crashed the earth. A scream rent the air as people and house were swiftly washed away. Children, they can hear a lot of scream. I mean, page number 38. Page number 38. Children, lot of scream were heard when the people and the houses were swiftly washed away. The angry water swirled at his friend's house. The angry water swirled, children, around his friend's house. Swirled is in a circular motion, in the twisted form, and neck deep. And children, the water came inside the house, and it was the level of the water was neck deep. The building was of brick and mortar and was strong enough to survive the devastation of the wind. So children, the building was made of brick. It was a strong building, so they were a bit safe. But children, the building of brick and mortar was strong enough to survive the devastation of the wind velocity of 320 kilometer per hour, but the velocity of the wind was 320 hour per kilometer. So what was there? It was 350 kilometer per hour, but the cold terror of the family grew with the crashing of trees that had gone uprooted and fallen in their house. So but the cold terror of the family grew with the crashing of trees that had gone uprooted and fallen on their house. So, children, the whole tree had crashed, crashing of trees that had got uprooted and fallen in their house. Old tree was uprooted and it had fallen on their house. So, children, the building was a bit cracked, okay, and they were feeling afraid. Um, because the building was damaged, its roof and wall. The crazed destruction wrought by the cyclone. The crazed destruction. Okay. So the crazed destruction wrought by the cyclone and the surge of the ocean continues for the next 36 hours. So till then it was so the crazed destruction wrought by the cyclone. So the meaning of cyclone is a violent storm and destruction is damage. So children, the crazed destruction wrought by the cyclone and the surge of the ocean. So children, destruction is the destruction of the things, of the bodies. Rout is disfigure. That means everything was spoiled by the cyclone. And the surge of the ocean. Children, surge is the waves. Surge means wave of the ocean. Continued for the next 36 hours. So the surge of the ocean continued for the next 36 hours. Although wind spread had reduced somewhat by the next morning. However, although wind speeds had reduced somewhat by the next morning. To escape the water rising in the house, Prashant and his friend's family had taken refuge on the roof. So to escape the waters rising in the house, Prashant and his family and his friend's family had taken refuge on the roof. Now children, the water level was already till their neck and the water level was rising. So children, for their safety, they have taken their refuge to the roof of the house. Prashant and his friend's family had taken refuge on the roof just for their safety. They have gone to the roof of the house. Prashant will never forget on the shock he experienced at his first glimpse of the devastation wrought by the super cyclone. Now, Sir Prashant will never forget, children. He will never forget the shock he experienced at his first glimpse of the devastation. Rout. Okay. So, rout, children, I told you what is the meaning of rout. Rout means disfigure. That means when something is spoiled, like the house was disfigured, the house was broken. Okay, so the first glimpse of the devastation wrought by the super cyclone in the grey light of the early morning. So children, when he saw it in the early morning, he was shocked. A ragging deadly, a ragging deadly. So children, he saw many things which he in the morning he was shocked to see all that thing. Okay, and we can see, to escape the water rising in the house, Prashant and his whole family had taken refuge on the roof. Prashant will never forget the shock he experienced um, during the storm, because he had never seen all this type of fury of the wind and the water rising so high, uprooting of the tree. Okay, so Prashant will never forget the shock he experienced at his first glimpse of the devastation wrought by the super cyclone. So children, he would never forget that scene, how everything was destroyed in the grey light of the early morning. A a ragging, deadly brown sheet of water covered everything as far as the eye could see. Now, children, when he saw, got up early in the morning, what did he see? He see a brown sheet of water was covering everything. Everything was covered by a brown sheet of water as far as the eyes could see. Only fractured cement houses still stood in a few places. Some of the cemented houses, they were there remaining, but they were broken. Fractured means they were broken. Here fractured means broken. Blotted animal carcasses. Okay, carcasses, children, is the dead body of the animal. Dead body of animal. Now, so children, he can see blotted animal carcasses and human corpse floated in every direction. Corpse is again the dead body. Carcass is the dead body of animal, and corpse is the dead body of human being. So everywhere what was seen, the dead bodies of animal and the human bodies were seen everywhere floating. All round, even huge old trees had fallen. And children, the trees which were very old, they were also fallen. This was a blessing in disguise, because the tender coconuts from the trees kept the trapped family from starving in the several days that followed. This was a blessing in disguise, because the tender coconut from the trees kept the trapped family from starving in the several days that followed. So children, there was a blessing in disguise. Okay, because the tender coconut from the trees kept the trapped family from starving in the several days that followed. So for several days people were trapped. So children, it was the coconut from the trees, they were picking it up and they were eating it for several days. For the next 2 days, Prashant sat huddled with his friend's family in the open on the rooftop. So children, for many days Prashant was there with his friend on the rooftop. Prashant will never forget the shock he experienced at his first glimpse of the devastation, and he will never forget it, children, all that shock which he had seen. So that they were all taking tender coconuts. In this way they were having nothing to eat, only coconuts trees were saving their life. So for the next 2 days, Prashant sat huddled with his friend family in the open on the rooftop. They froze in the cold and incessant rain. So children, they a lot of now the weather was very cold. They were frozen in the cold, And continuous rain, children, though they were sitting on the roof, they were facing continuous rain and cold. They were feeling frozen in the cold. The rainwater washed away Prashant's tears. The rainwater washed away, children. The rainwater had washed away Prashant's tears. The only thought that flashed through his mind was whether his family had survived the fury of the super cyclone. His family, children, only one thing was, children, he was very much worried whether his family was safe against the fury of the storm or not. Was he to be bereaved once again? So he is telling, was he to be bereaved once again, children? Bereaved means suffering from grief. So children, he was very sad. He was thinking just now his mother had died recently, okay, and he was in grief. So he is thinking now if he will go back, will he will be once again he will be bereaved with grief or not. So two coconut tree had fallen. So well, anyway, it was very hard for him. He was thinking, he was feeling afraid whether again he will be bereaved with shocked or not. Two days later, which seemed to Prashant like 2 years, the rain ceased and the rainwater slowly began to recede. So, children, 2 days for Prashant, 2 days were like 2 years, and now, children, the rainwater slowly it began to recede. Recede means to retreat, moving at the back. So, children, what Prashant saw, you can see slowly the rainwater was retreating. 2 days later, which seemed to Prashant like 2 years, the rain ceased and the rainwater slowly began to recede. Prashant was determined to seek out his family without further delay, but the situation was still dangerous. So, for Prashant, the situation was still dangerous, and his friends. So, children, for the next 2 days, Prashant sat huddled with his friend's family in the open on the rooftop. So, finally, children, Prashant, he sat on the rooftop and they froze in the cold and insistent rain. Insistent is continuous. It was very cold. The whole family, along with Prashant, was suffering from cold, and children continuously the rainwater was also there, and the rainwater slowly began to recede. Recede means to go back. Prashant was determined to seek out his family without further delay. Now, children, when he saw that the rainwater is becoming less, it is retreating, so he thought now is the time that he has to go to his family also, because now, children, less he can walk in the way. There was no rainfall now, and he can manage to go to his village. The only thought that flashed through his mind was whether his family has survived the fury of the super cyclone. Was he to be bereaved once again or not? So, children, only thing it was worrying him that whether his whole family members were saved or once again he has to be bereaved. Children, why once again he has to be bereaved? Because recently his mother also has died, and Prashant was he came after few years. He was there in his friend's house. He was not able to bear the grief of his due to the death of his mother. So after a long time, children, he came out from that grief. So he is thinking whether he has to be bereaved or he has to face that grief again or not. And his friend's family pleaded with Prashant to stay back a little while longer, but Prashant knew he had to go. Prashant knew now that he had to go. He equipped himself with a long, sturdy stick and then started on his 18th kilometer expedition back to his village through the Solan floodwater. Now, children, now was the time that Prashant had decided he would be going back to his family, and it was a long journey and a difficult journey because he knew that everywhere there was a water and he had to go through that water. Well, before leaving the place, before leaving his friend house, he had taken in his stick. He constantly had to use his stick to locate the road, to determine where the water was most shallow. So children, he was taking the help of this stick, and I'm in page number 39. So he had seen where the water was more shallow. Shallow is less deep. 8 places it was waist deep. So children, there were places where the water was waist deep and progress was slow. And children, the progress was very slow. At several points he lost the road and had to swim. At several points he had to lost the road and he had to swim. After some distance he was relieved to find two friends of his uncle who were also returning to their village. He was relieved to find two friends of his uncle and who were also returning to their village. So children, finally they decided that they would be moving together. As they waded through the water, waded means they like children, with the help of the legs they were moving, okay, as if they were floating in the water. Okay, they were waded through the water. The scene they witnessed grew more and more macabre. So children, whatever the scene they have seen, it grew more and more macabre. They had to push away many human bodies, men, women, children. So they had to push many human bodies. It was the bodies of men, women, children, and carcasses of dogs and children. The dead bodies of dogs were there, the dead bodies of cattle were there, okay, and goats that the current swept against them as they moved ahead. So they have moved ahead. Prashant now wept out loud and long. He was sure that his family could not have survived this catastrophe. Eventually, Prashant reached his village, Kalikuda. So finally, children, Prashant reached his village, Kalikuda. His heart went cold. So, children, his heart was very cold. Where their home once stood, they were only remnants of its roof. Remnant is the remaining part. So, children, where his house was standing, he could see only the remnant of his roof was there. So his heart sank. He thought that everybody must have died. Some of their belongings were caught. Now children, he had also seen that there was a tree and some of the belongings of his were caught, mangled and twisted. So it was mangled and twisted in the branches of tree just visible above the dark water. Young Prashant decided to go to the Red Cross shelter to look for his family. Now children, anyway he came to know, children, he was in grief, he thought that nobody had died. Finally he came to know about Red Cross shelter and he started looking for his family there. Among the first people he saw in the crowd was his maternal grandmother. So children, first thing he saw in the crowd was his maternal grandmother. So that was a miracle for him. Weak with hunger, she rushed to him, her hands outstretched. She was very much weak with hunger. She hadn't had food for many days, it seems, to Prashant, and she rushed towards him, okay, as if she was very hungry at that time. Her hands was outstretched, her eyes was brimming. It was a miracle. It was a miracle. She felt that it was a miracle because she was thinking that Prashant will never return. They had long given him up for dead. The whole family, in fact, thought that he must have died. Quickly word spread and his extended family gathered around him. Children, quickly from one person to another person, the word spread and the whole of the Prashant family gathered around him. They were very happy. They hugged him tightly in relief. So everybody was in relief and they hugged him tightly. Prashant anxiously scanned the motley. Then he scanned, he started looking at the group. Okay, in a very anxious manner, he was thinking that who is not there in the group. That means he was worrying if anybody is missing, that means he is no more in this world, he is dead. So he was scanning to the group. His brother and sister, his uncles and aunt, they all seemed to be there. All his brother and his uncle and his aunt, everybody was there. By the next morning, as he took in the desperate situation in the shelter, he decided to get a grip over himself. So he decided to get a grip over himself. He sensed a deadly grief settling upon the 2,500 strong crowd in the shelter. So children, by the next morning, he was so tired that day he went to sleep. Next morning when he got up, he took in the desperate situation in the shelter. Children, he saw the whole shelter and he saw that everybody was in desperate situation. He decided to get a grip over himself. So first he decided to control over himself before helping the other people. He sensed a deathly grief settling upon the 2,500 strong crowd in the shelter. So what did he see? He saw that at least 2,500 people, a strong crowd were there in the shelter. 86 lives were lost in this village, and children 86, when they have counted, they found that it was whole 86 people were missing. They were lost in the village. They were not to be seen, they were not to be found. All the 96 houses had been washed away. Total 96 houses were there, and all the houses were washed away. All the houses were broken. It was their fourth day at the center, and today was their fourth day at the shelter. So far, they had survived on green coconut. Now, children, whole people, 2,500 people, they survived on green coconut. But till when? Till when they would be surviving? The coconut were also finishing one by one. But there were too few to go around such a tumult of people. So children, tumult is noise. So they were children, tumult of people. So there were too few to go around such a tumult of people, and very less people. Tumult is noise of the people was there. Prashant, all of 19 years, decided to step in as leader of his village. Now children, Prashant was only 19 years. His age was only 19 years. Okay, and he decided to do something for these people because they were helpless. They were not aware what to do. Prashant was only 19 years of age. If no one else did, he organized a group of youth and elders to jointly pressurize the merchant once again to part with his rice. So first thing, children, he took a step because coconuts were almost finished, and he knew that if the people will not get anything to eat, everybody will die like that. And they were lucky that they have survived from that storm, from that cyclone. So Prashant did not want that the people should now die because of hunger. So he told some of the youth of the village, and he took the help of the elders, and he told we will go to the merchant once again, so they have to part with their rice. This time the delegation succeeded and returned triumphantly. Triumphantly means they returned back as a winner. So earlier, children, the merchant has refused them. The merchant has refused them. Okay. So this time the delegation succeeded and returned triumphantly, wading through the receding waters with food for the entire shelter. So children, this time, children, what happened? The merchant, it came back with food for the entire shelter. No one cared that the rice was already rotting. So children, in fact, children, the merchant has given them that rice which was almost rotting, but this time the people need the food badly, so they did not complain anything about that rotting rice. Branches from fallen trees were gathered to light a reluctant and show fire. And children, slow fire. Children, reluctant means unwilling. So branches from the trees were cut and the slow fire was made to cook the rice for the remaining people. On which to cook the rice. For the first time in 4 days, the survivors at the cyclone shelter were able to feel their bellies. Bellies is the tummies. Children, for the first time after the cyclone, because till now they were only surviving on coconut, but their tummies were not filled, their stomach were not filled. So for the first time after getting the shelter due to Prashant's effort, okay, their bellies were filled. His next task was to organize a team of youth volunteers to clean and shelter of filth, urine, vomit, and floating carcasses. Now, children, the next thing after filling the tummies of the people, the next thing the Prashant has to do, that he has to clean the shelter. Okay, the the filth was there everywhere, urine was there, vomit and floating carcasses, and to tend to the wounds and fractures of so many who had been injured. And children, and he had to tend the fractures and wound of the people who were injured in the storm. So with this I end my video here. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.